Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. We'll dive straight into the reading. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today we have full moon peaking in Leo and I recorded a special message for that yesterday, so you're welcome to check that out on my channel. I also recorded a video with the zodiac message for every single sign, and that's on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo. There's a handle in the description box and you can check out messages for your specific zodiac or your person's zodiac sign. Today I will actually start with an oracle message from the Moonology deck because we're still very much living in the energy of the moon. So let's see what we have for the feminines and masculines watching, and then we'll go with our usual daily tarot spread. And I know I promised a special spread for the Valentine's Day. It's coming up. I'll probably post it actually on the Valentine's Day, so watch out for that. And of course, if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new, please subscribe to the channel. Also, please leave a comment, share it with others. Thank you for helping me spreading the word. All right, so feminines, your message is void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. So this is like the end of the road kind of vibe. You know what? Full moon actually is the energy that often provides space for closure, for closing out chapters, closing out cycles that don't serve us anymore. But not all cycles that are being closed, that the universe wants us to close, look bad or look like they're not good for us, you know, especially if it's something that feels very familiar. So it may not be easy to actually say goodbye, you know, and make changes, maybe change your habits, or finish a relationship with someone, right? Or I don't know, do a change in your lifestyle, right? And quit some kind of bad habit that you had in terms of you know, how you use your time and space or something. Masculines, you have the mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Yeah, so to me, this is a reminder that we actually have a lot more power than we imagine. I think it was a similar energy for the masculines yesterday. You know, that we're actually supposed to, like, our voice matters. Even in those matters even in those situations where it feels like it's all divinely orchestrated and I've been put into this situation for a reason, right? Like, this is divine alignment. Like, this is how it's supposed to be, but you still get a say, right? You still have free will and you're making choices. And don't think that if it's a bad situation that, you know, that's what the universe wants for you, just to be in that bad situation, just go through it, right? It's still up to you of how you handle it. Like, the details are up to you, you know. Do you get somebody's help to resolve this? Do you find a way to enjoy it, even if it seems tedious and boring on the surface, right? Do you actually learn a lesson from it, even if you know that, you know, it's not for you really, and you want to exit this, right? So don't think that it's all mapped out and there is no wiggle room. There is wiggle room. Even in the twin flame dynamic, I don't give a lot of examples around the relationship, but even there, like, a lot of times we comply with, you know, whatever is happening is like, okay, I'm just gonna follow the flow kind of idea. But the flow doesn't necessarily mean that you're not really making decisions, that you're just like witnessing things happening and you're dealing with them. That's not what it means. Okay, I'm gonna use the Thelema deck today for the main read. Try not to make it too long, because lately that's how it's been. But you know, sometimes the message gets across and I realize that it needs to be delivered. So again, I just go with it because I'm a channel in this situation, and sometimes messages take longer. That's what it is. Ten of Swords. Yeah, that's that end of a cycle, and we saw that kind of energy yesterday, if you remember. In the full moon reading, that especially for feminines, I think there were 2 tens of swords, something like that. But anyway, 10 as a definition is the end of a cycle. You know, it's like, yeah, this has been rough, this has been painful, but it's time to say goodbye to it and let it go, right? Don't dwell in that energy, because you're kind of then prolonging your own pain and your own agony, and you don't want that, right? So this is like your cue. It's like, enough of this, put it to bed, move on to something bigger and better. Yes. Four of Swords, you know, take some rest, relax, reset, meditate, get yourself back to that balanced, harmonious state, because you can only manifest something beautiful, something positive, something loving in your life if you're doing it from a place of inner peace, from a place of calm. You can't manifest something good if you're in the Ten of Swords energy. And it's not a criticism, it's not, you know, to put you into guilt and shame, but this is just the way energy works. You know, if you are in a low vibe space, you are going to be creating more of that low vibe space, you know, or it's just not going to be what you expect, but in a bad way, because the universe is going to hear, first of all, your energy, right? And then it will be like, oh yeah, there's something on top of it, but like, oh, but we, you know, we can only give back like on the level that we receive in terms of the vibration and frequency. Feminines, your energy for today is King of Pentacles clarified by King of Swords. So masculine energies, and to me it says that feminines actually looking into their inner masculine. And yes, on the surface, again, these are very, well, I mean, they're all about the external, because we're talking about different elements, right, that exist in 3D. But this is about communication, this is about taking action and, you know, monetizing the resources, the inspiration, the situation, right? It's like a very entrepreneurial spirit, if you ask me. And feminines are definitely looking at what does it mean for them right now, because they want to stay, or at least that's the message. You're supposed to still honor your feminine and stay in the feminine energy, but be able to go into the masculine energy, kind of like put it on as a suit when it's needed, right? Don't make it your baseline energy though. There are all kinds of things that can go wrong with it, and will go wrong, right? That you're gonna be more and more detached from your feminine, and also that masculine is going to get into a disintegrated state pretty quickly, right? So we know that there is a lot of value in harmonizing both energies within us, feminine and masculine, right? And this is just a reminder that as you are taking steps towards negotiating some kind of conditions in your life, maybe actually starting a business or some kind of a new project, right? And you need your masculine skills, and it might even feel unfamiliar to be in that energy because you've been nurturing your feminine for a while, right? But there's nothing wrong with it. So don't run away from it, explore it, see how you can tap into it in a more healed version of yourself, right? But also remember, if you know that you're spending a lot of time in the masculine energy, maybe for some good reason, depending on what's happening in your life, then just remember to also integrate and maybe do something conscious to integrate with your feminine energy, so that you nurture both of them. Wow, and speaking of the mutual energies, for masculines, we see Queen of Pentacles with the Sun. And look at that, we've got a couple now, Queen and King of Pentacles. So twins both are, and I like that they're actually looking kind of into each other's direction. So both twins are actually looking into, you know, their entrepreneurial opportunities and growing the projects and creating something expensive in their life. Maybe it doesn't have to be financial, of course. You know, maybe you're looking to improve your living conditions, right? Because you want to have more comfortable space. You want to organize and decorate everything according to your needs and wants, right? For masculine, speaking of decorating something, that would be a good essential feminine energy, right? So masculine's actually exploring the feminine energy within at this time. And for a lot of them, it will mean that they're dealing with some kind of activities that are normally more feminine in nature. And again, it will be unfamiliar to them. But it's interesting, they also have the sun energy here, and the sun is actually a masculine energy. So it kind of creates a certain setting. This feminine energy creates a certain setting for the masculines to really clearly see where the masculine energy is. Not only that, it actually gives them joy that they didn't even expect in the situation, whatever that is. Maybe even like, I don't know, showing more empathy in close relationships, helping out a friend and reaching out. Maybe even, you know, being interested in some kind of, again, hobbies or activities that are considered more feminine by nature. Maybe in fashion. I don't know, there is, in New York, we have New York Fashion Week right now, right? Maybe it's like, oh, I actually never was interested in like looking through fashion trends for what I'm wearing. And now, for some reason, all of a sudden I am, right? And actually, the more I do it, the more I find it quite exciting. And, you know, I want to do more of it, right? So it's like this unusual discovery. Additional question for today. The Hierophant clarified by High Priestess, another couple. This is like the priest and the priestess in tarot. Wow. But this is on the major arcana level. The priests, though, again, they're not really a romantic couple, I wouldn't say, but it's definitely a union of the two highly spiritual individuals, you know, the two light worker energy, two bright lights. We spoke about it a little bit yesterday, you know, about being a light worker and what it means, right? Like, there is definitely, this is on the table for both twins. Like, this is definitely a divine intervention, especially with the major arcanas here, where each of the twins is expected to align and see how they can step into that light worker self. And not just in like specific activity of like, I don't know, counseling someone or providing healing or creating art, right? Not just like in specific activity, targeted activity. It's about leading a life as a light worker, you know, of a light worker. And if you think about it, if you think about the priests, or you know, high priestess, it may be a little bit less of a traditional church environment, but something similar, maybe like even a shaman or something. Like whatever that variation would be, depending on culture and environment, like that's a pretty unique kind of lifestyle if you think about it, right? So it's like embracing it all, like what it would be like. What do the feminists need to know here? We have more major arcanas, the Chariot and the Justice. Yeah, so feminists need to know that it's all, I'm hearing it's all justified. Like whatever changes you're making, they're justified. Don't be afraid to go for what feels right, feels good, and do more and more of that stuff. Like really drive it forward. And before you know it, it may seem a little selfish at first, or you may not see how that's beneficial, like in the context of doing something for other people. But, so maybe not like the priest-like view, but it will be beneficial. Right? There is a very important part of that, of your self-discovery, and then it will give you a lot of insight into what is going on with other people and how you can actually help using your knowledge and life experience with specific requests that they have. So go for it, 100%. Figure out that lifestyle for yourself, even if it feels very much self-centered right now. Wow, for the masculines, we have Six of Swords and the Empress. So for masculines, the main motivation should be, first of all, finding peace, finding inner balance in this, because you're embracing who you truly are, right? There's no, or there is at least less of the inner struggle of your soul and your body, your mind, you know, just trying to go in different directions. And also it's the path towards the Empress, towards the divine feminine, towards that integrated feminine energy in your life, divine masculines, right? Like that's getting you closer. And again, maybe it's not going to be directly connected and you won't see it that way. It'll be like, this is completely separate, but it will, in the bigger picture of things, this will be one of the areas that you'll have nailed, you'll have checked, and it's not going to be an issue. It's not going to be an open question. You'll just know, like, this is who I am. This is what's important for me. You know, this is what I want in my living conditions. And you'll know what is like a strict non-negotiable and where you can find compromise, and it will help. And it will also help you understand why certain things are important for your feminine counterpart, because you've already discovered how these things or this aspect of your life are important to you. How the feminine see in the connection. Knight of Wands clarified by 8 of Cups. Yeah, so feminines know that they want this, and they would like this union to come in as soon as possible. But then they go into the place where it's like, well, yeah, there's still work to do, so I guess I'll just stick with that. There is like this, it's almost like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for those who know the context, and it's like there is this duality of like, which way do I want to play this? You know, do I just want to go for it, use my charm, use my sex appeal, and just like create it, right? Like I know I have enough impact on that person to be able to do that. Or go with a more religious way of like doing your work and becoming a better version of yourself and sticking to your mission and purpose, and knowing that this will come in as a cherry on top, as a reward, and it will come in naturally. You don't really need to manipulate the situation for it. How the masculine see in the connection. 4 of Cups clarified by 9 of Pentacles. So that's the minor arcana version of the Empress card, actually. And then we also have 4 of Cups, which is kind of controversial energy. It's a little melancholic, a little boring even, you know. It's like, okay, so not much is happening. My feminine is still far away from me. I don't know how to bridge this distance. This is where the masculines are right now. It's like, I don't know, this is getting too complex. You know, I don't even know if I'm gonna make it, or I'm gonna have enough patience to wait till the moment when it's good timing, or when we are both ready, or whatever your particular situation could be. It's that thought. Okay, so, but remember, masculine, is that nothing is still set in stone. So even the pace is not set in stone, and if things have been developing slowly lately, it doesn't mean that it's always going to be like that. It will accelerate at certain moments when you least expect it. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And until next time,